In this video, we talk about dated sunshine mining bars. Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks. I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying their day. Now, it's been a minute since we've uploaded any sort of video here on the SBS channel, and so I thought, hey, we're overdue for one, so let's get right into it. So actually, we had an inquiry on the website. Actually, an individual here in the community was informing us about a actually pretty unique sunshine mining piece. And for anybody who knows anything about us and anybody who regularly attends our auctions or even just watches our videos here on YouTube, they know that this is our list. This is the list of stuff that we like, especially towards the top of the list. We like the Engelhards, we like the Mattheys, we like the USVI Inca companies, and we like the Sunshine Minings. And those, honestly, are going to be at the top 4 refiners that I love to collect stuff by. Everything below that is secondary, and just so happens to be some of the stuff that I collect. But Sunshine Mining definitely falls within that category of stuff that I really am serious about collecting. And it's not just that dated round date run that I'm after. There's a lot of unique sunshine mining products out there, and one of the common threads when it comes down to those vintage sunshine mining pieces is the difference between sunshine mining and sunshine minting. And of course, Sunshine Minting Company went through a lot of different name changes over the years. They also kind of went under the name of Sunshine Bullion Company there for a little bit of time, as well as various other unique names. So the takeaway there, though, is that if there is no T in minting, that means that it's vintage, and by vintage we mean somewhere around 2000 or prior, right? It's certainly not going to be something that's going to be after 2000, and the reason for that is because when we look at the dated rounds, we have Sunshine Minting and Sunshine Mining rounds, both of which that are going to be 2000 dated, and so that, from my understanding, is going to be kind of when that transition, at least for the name on the pieces, sort of transitioned over. Okay, so when it comes down to Sunshine Mining, in addition to those dated rounds, we love the dated bars. Okay, now a lot of people don't know that there's actually more than just 10-ounce dated bars. Okay, so when it comes down to it, we got the 10-ounce bars, we got the 5-ounce bars, and of course we got the 1-ounce bars. And what people typically are used to saying is, you know, if it's going to be a vintage sunshine mining one where it says M-I-N-I-N-G without the T, that's going to be your indicator that it's a vintage. Now, these 3 bars that you see here, right, are going to be all undated. There's no date here, no date here, no date here. And this is actually kind of like the picture of what an actual round would look like. A sunshine mining dated round, they typically look like this. There's even undated sunshine mining rounds that look exactly like this, right? Exactly like that image. It's kind of like they plop the image of the round right there on top of the bars. And that's why I really like the design of this bar. It's kind of like a coin bar. It's like a round embedded into the bar, honestly, because it's the exact picture of the round, right? So when it comes down to it, actually, there's in fact additionally dated rounds, and these dated rounds will look exactly like this, and they'll have dates ranging from 1981 all the way up to 2000, right? And in fact, there's even some 1979 and 1980 dated rounds, which are very rare, but those will have a slightly different design. Okay, so as far as we're concerned, we've got these 3 undated bars. We got the 1-ounce, we got the 5-ounce, and we got the 10-ounce, and all of these are going to look very similar on the back. The 1-ounce and the 10-ounce are going to look almost identical, and then the 5-ounce is going to have a slightly different reverse against case Sunshine Mining Company. So here you see that sort of name variance here, but both of these are going to be your vintage bars, because of course on the front there it does say mining. Okay, these are all originally factory sealed, which is very cool. But the thing is when it comes down to the 5-ounce bars, you're never going to see a dated bar there. It's always going to be undated, from my understanding. I've never seen a 5-ounce dated bar out there. When it comes down to the 10-ounce, though, I see undated, serialized. I think I've even possibly seen unserialized. There might be even some variants there on the undated. But then there's also going to be 1981, I believe, dated, 1982 dated, 1983 dated, 1984 dated, 1985 dated 10-ounce silver bars as well. Maybe even there's an 86 out there. I'm not 100% sure, right? But there are a variety of different dates to collect there in the early 80s for the 10-ounce sunshine mining bar. When it comes down to the 1-ounce bar, a lot of people think that it's just like the 5-ounce variant, and there's always going to come. Well, they don't pop up that often. They will show up with no date. That's true. Most often when you do see these sunshine mining bars, they're going to be no date. But in fact, sometimes, a lot of people don't know this, they will have a 1988 date on them. So this one right here, you got a 1988 date here. And this is what our good friend here in the community came through and inquired. He was like, hey, I just picked up 2 sunshine mining bars. One of them is undated, and one of them, to my surprise, was actually dated. Have you ever seen such a thing? I said, in fact, we do. I've seen it. I've actually got a couple of them. In fact, we've actually got 1988 dated and the undated bars, both available for sale on the SBS website right now. And they've been there for quite some time. And in fact, the 1988 dated bar we sell at a slight premium on top of the undated bar, because truthfully, that one is quite a bit harder to find. I definitely see that occurring on the market a lot less. But what I don't think this individual did know was that there's actually a 1989 dated bar that exists as well. And this, from my estimation, is extremely rare. And so this is something I had to inform this individual, because a lot of people didn't even know about the 1988 bar. It's not something I've actually ever made a video about. So I've never actually really talked about that. It's something that was on the backlog of videos. And so I thought to myself, well, it's time to make that video. Somebody's already figured this out. I have figured this out also. It's time to share this information with the community. So there is a 1988 dated bar that is available on the site. And then the 1989 dated bar, I said, that exists as well. And so this individual said, hey, if you ever come across one of those, please have me be on the mailing list or the reach out list, the communication list. Please let me know. Please let me know, because I would love to have one of those bars for my collection. So I said, okay, not a problem. In fact, I've got 2 examples. One of them factory sealed and one of them unsealed. And so, in fact, I ended up, since this is such a wonderful individual and a past supporter, as well as a really well-respected individual here in the community, I thought to myself, I'm happy to part with this. I wasn't planning on really selling this at all, possibly ever. But, I'm happy to let this go to a wonderful member of the community. So if you like it, here it is. And so we ended up selling off the unsealed one, but I was thinking to myself, I must keep one of these for myself. And in fact, while I have it in my possession, and hopefully I'll have this in my possession forever, I thought to myself, let's go ahead and show the variants here. We got the 1988, the 1989, and of course your undated 1 ouncers. So beautiful bars right here. And in fact, the reason that I thought, let me show these, is because I have a beautiful, new, unique sunshine mining piece that I had never in my life seen before. And I'm super excited to debut this unboxing here quickly with you, because it's something I'm truthfully extremely excited about purchasing. So this actually comes in the original box, and these clamshells have a this typically happens a lot, so you can see that it's kind of been crushed, and that happens with these old school clamshells. And so there's nothing that I can really do about that. It's not something I'll complain about. That's just life. Let's go ahead and take a look at this beautiful piece that we picked up. Now, this is the second time I'm able to pick up a beautiful round here that comes with a stand. This is a very unique thing, a box and a stand. I've never seen this before except once from Sunshine Mining, and I'm super excited to be able to get a second piece that has this sort of box and stand, because this is very, very nice. So just like those Sunshine Mining proof sets, the 7-ounce proof sets, this also is a 5-ounce round. Those Sunshine Mining proof sets come with a 5-ounce round as well, and this is a limited edition of 10,000, just like the proof sets. So I thought to myself, wow, this is very, very nice. And in fact, this is something that I've never seen before. Here you got the Sunshine Mining Eagle right there, and this is actually going to be the COA, a very low COA of number 10,000. And we got actually the chairman there of Sunshine Bullion Company, James Scoutcraft. So really, really cool that this came with the COA. And what this is actually a United States Constitutional Bicentennial Medal, SBC 1987. So it's a 1987 Bicentennial Medal with the COA. Right here is this original box. In fact, it says Sunshine Bullion Company right there. The Freedoms Foundation, United States Constitution Bicentennial Medal. It's got the stand here. And then finally, the masterpiece, this beautiful medal. And you saw that the COA number was 411. That's actually going to be etched right on the rim of this round as well. So I was really, really excited to pick this up, because as you know, I'm a huge fan of Sunshine Mining Company, and anything especially very unique, I really gotta have it. So this is something that to me was extremely unique. It's something I had to have, and I'm really, really glad I was able to pick it up. A really proofy finish there on the back. Some nice frosted and high relief elements there on the front. And look at this little lip here. I just love that lip right in front of where the serial number is. We got that beautiful 411 right there, 00411. Super happy to add this to the stack, and really appreciate you all having a look with me. Cheers. Oh, and if you haven't had a chance to yet, be sure to check out our social media landing page at solo.to/silverbarstacker. There you can find our direct website link, which is silverbarstacker.com, as well as our links to our other social media channels, such as this very YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our TikTok page, our Twitter page, and we also have the link to our Whatnot page, which is where we actually run our live auctions and actually also have all of these same SBS drops that we hold. We run those same drops on our Whatnot store, and we also have live auctions happening literally all the time. So the way that you can be notified about those auctions is to be following us there on whatnot.com/user/silverbarstacker. And we hope to see you there, folks. Thank you, and have a great day.